Hey, good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. It is almost time for Brad Smith, the original car smith, and the Saturday morning sales meeting. We're going to get started here in just a minute. I want to get this out and make sure that people know we're here. So let's see. There we go. And sorry for the pause here. I want to get this out to the right people. And we are going to get started this morning. Here we go. Almost done. And hey, Laura, good morning. Glad you're here. We're getting started. I've got one more to go, and there we are. Good morning. It is Saturday, January the 18th, 2020. This is going to be a fantastic day because that's the way I choose for my day to be. Hi, I am Brad Smith. I am your original car smith, and this is the Saturday morning sales meeting. We're going to get started this morning. What we're going to take a look at is, what does your company's organizational chart look like? Last couple of weeks, we've been talking about recruiting and what we need to be able to do to really be able to bring in high quality people at the right level, that we're going to attract high quality people. We're going to give them the right work schedule. We're going to give them the right pay plan. We're going to motivate them. We're also going to set it up so that we've got the tools in place to be most effective in reaching out and connecting in a digital age with your clients. Today, we're going to talk about that organizational chart. See, if you're in automotive retail, then you probably have an organizational chart that looks like a triangle, right? There's the dealer principal at the top, or maybe if you're part of an auto group, there's the group at the top, but eventually it drops down to a GM, right? And then it starts breaking out to departmental managers, and then assistant managers, or sales managers, assistant service managers, assistant parts managers, office managers, whatever, internet managers. And then we break down to the front line. That is an organizational chart of 20, 30 years ago, my friends. If you haven't started taking that organizational chart and inverting it, right, we'll go this way. Let's see. I can't do that. How about this? Invert your triangle, right? Upside down, point with the tip of the pyramid pointing down. If you haven't figured out how to invert your pyramid, then you are setting yourselves up for failure. You see, the real success of your automotive dealership depends upon the people at the front line. But too often, we have the people on the front line trying to figure out how to serve their managers, how their managers serve their managers, who serve their managers, who serve the dealer principal or GM, who serves the auto group, right? We're running around doing busy activity that's not income generating. What we need to be doing is inverting that pyramid. You see, it is up to the GM, it is up to the dealer principal to make sure that their department managers are successful. It is the department manager's job to make sure that his assistants are successful. And it is that level of management's job or responsibility to make sure that everybody on the front line is successful. And that's not about you reporting to me and you will do what I say. That is managing. True. Managers have no place in today's business society. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not talking about getting rid of your management staff. What I'm talking about is changing. See, managing sales, you shouldn't be managing sales. What you should be doing is trying to figure out how to grow your business. Grow your business. And maybe that means more sales, maybe that means more inventory, but you should be growing your business. Now, how do you do that? Those not the front line, but the next line up, what they should be doing on a regular basis is coaching and training and mentoring and working with that front line to make them as successful as possible. When the people on the front line need something, they should be able to turn for help from their managers. If you have a management staff that is trying to figure out how to load the lip of a frontline person and tell them how to do their job, then you have the wrong people in place. You need leaders, not managers. Leaders will, on a snowy day, take their team and walk out, and together they'll clean off the cars on the lot. Together they'll make sure the lot is presentable. Together they'll make sure that the balloons are out, or whatever your store does, right, to attract attention. If you're in warmer climates, together you're going to work a plan to make sure that you're ready for the day. Team leaders, not managers, team leaders, you need to know your team, and you should each have salespeople, frontline people, wherever department you're in, reporting directly to you as the leader. But your job isn't to manage them. Your job is to lead them. If you don't know them on a personal basis, then you are not doing your job. And I don't mean, yeah, I know Fred. Do you know what's going on in their family life? Do you know what's going on in their personal life? You see, if we're so worried about what they're doing, why it was they were late for work instead of the cause behind it, then we're not worried about what's going on in their personal life. Let's think about the professional baseball player or the football player, professional sports. But with a baseball player, if something is screwed up at home, don't you think that his batting average usually will tend to fall off? His head's not in the game. Your job as a leader is to make sure that you are increasing their closing rate or their batting average by making sure that everything in their life is the way it should be. Their personal relationships, their financial relationships, their responsibilities are taken care of. The more they are split in their mind, the more they aren't focused on work. And the more you can help them solve those issues, the better and more successful they will be. In your dealerships, you need to start teaching time management. You need to start teaching financial management. You need to start teaching how to create better relationships. You see, as we create more whole people, as you create that positive environment, as you let them know that they are meaningful to you, that goes through into their relationships with their customers. You see, if that person means something to you, you are breeding possibilities. You are breeding positivity. And that positivity, that excitement, that environment becomes contagious when they're working with their clients. If they are important to you, that client will be important to them. Department managers, if your frontline management staff is not mentally in the game because they've got something going on at home, then how good of a manager or a leader are they being with their teams? You need to be doing the same thing with them. GMs, you need to be doing the same thing with your department managers or dealer principals or at the group. If you don't know how your teams, the ones that report to you, if you are not leading them, then you are not running your store. You need to be leaders. We too often manage. The only thing there is to manage your finances, manage your inventory, but lead your people. There is a difference. Managers will tell you, go do this. Leaders will say, let's do this. Let's do this together. Let me help you. Be a leader, people. Be a leader, managers. If they don't know how to do video, If they don't know how to do video and do that in today's environment, and you need them to be able to do that, then if you just tell them go do video and they don't know how, or they don't feel comfortable, what good of a job do you think they're going to do? Their success depends upon their ability to do the job that you've asked them to do. And if they don't know how, whose job is that? It's your job as their leader, because you haven't shown them. Don't tell them, go show them. There's a difference. If your team doesn't know how to engage in social media, are you managing them or are you leading them? Managers, are you on social media? Are you posting live videos? What does your profile say? Does it even say you're in the car business? Let people know. If they don't know, and this is free advertising, if they don't know, how will they know to come talk to you? Well, all of my friends should know. All of my friends should have known too. I've been in the car business all of my life. I was in retail for 30 years. And there was nothing more devastating to me when I wasn't in social media the way I should have been than to have a good friend come in with a branded car that I sell and tell me they bought it from somebody else because they forgot that I was in the business. They forgot. I wasn't front of mind. I wasn't front line. They weren't front line aware of me in the business. Why? That wasn't their fault. That was mine. Likewise, managers, if you aren't in social media, if you aren't showing your people how to do it, then you are as guilty as they are. Usually, when things don't happen, it's not because they aren't good at it or just because they're scared. They're scared because they don't know how. Don't tell them, go show them. Be a leader in your business. Be a leader in your showroom. If you have a customer on your floor and your salesperson needs help closing a transaction, don't load their lip. Go in and close it for them. Close it with them. This is a teaching moment. They will observe from you and they will learn so that next time they're in the same situation, they will be able to say exactly what's coming out of your mouth. If you ask them to step away instead of observe, they haven't learned anything, have they? You haven't taught them anything, have you? You haven't led them at all. You managed that transaction. Let me tell you something else, my friends. Your customers don't want to be managed. Your customers want that absolutely unbelievable personal relationship with the people in the store. Why wouldn't they want to be able to connect with somebody who they feel is higher level, that they have a better connection with because they think they'll get a better deal? Let me tell you something, my friends. Deals in the auto business aren't made and lost over a few bucks. Customers still negotiate because it's the only way they know how. What it is, the reason you're not closing it is not because of the dollars, it's because they don't trust you to give them a good deal. They don't trust that this is the bottom line. They don't trust that you're already, even though you shop yourself continually, you know your prices are as competitive as possible. Just because they tell you tell them, doesn't mean they believe you. You need to be able to show them third-party data that proves to them that you want to be able to not only do this transaction, but you want to set up that relationship, that ongoing relationship, so they come back again and again. But you don't want just the relationship sale. You want the absolute raving fan sale, the one that's going to start telling all their friends and all their family members about what a great experience they had at the dealership. Isn't that what you want to create? Start leading the people in your dealership to head the direction that you want to be, and you will all become masters in the auto industry. You will become a car smith. My friends, I'm Brad Smith, your original car smith, and this has been your Saturday morning sales meeting. Thanks for joining in, and we will see you next Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern for the Saturday morning sales meeting. Until then, be awesome this week and move that metal.